What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. We are live with the Online World Championship Finals. After covering both the top 4 matches within the last week, we finally get to see how this tournament will shake out. We have Wad, who's running King Zod, going up against Graham, playing Alisara. Now, with 3 Alisaras making the top 8, all of them being on the same side of the bracket, it was pretty likely that we were going to see an Alisara in finals here, and Graham has proven himself to be the best one out of them. So he gets to take on Wad running Zod, and it should be a pretty good matchup. We'll see how big Zod gets, how quickly. That's kind of the one thing, is it might not be fast enough to take down Alisara before Graham can get some dragons up, get his Draxon engine going, and we'll see if we can get Supremus out. So we'll let him know that they're good to start, and we'll see how things go. Now, one big thing here is Zod's stats can get big enough, specifically his AC, to where even dragons wouldn't be able to hit him. But Graham is running Temple of Lore in his deck, and with Alisara's ability, he can just go search for that Temple of Lore. So if he needs to make his stats bigger, that's something he can do. And then, of course, using Paymaster Core to move it back a rank to keep it out of harm's way from Zod. All right, and we'll go ahead and start our timer as well. Looks like they're drawing up just so we know about how much time they have left. Now, honestly, this match is up in the air. This could be done really quick, or it could take a while. I expect it to kind of be maybe about an hour or so. Personally, I do think Alisara is going to win this, but I mean, Wad, this is his 3rd championship appearance in the last 4 years, so he's proven himself to be a very good player as well. He draws his cards, yes, one at a time, the old-fashioned way. Got all skills in the chat, Forged Cake. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So there's been some talk after Worlds every year is when we start to see some banned cards. What will we see banned out of here? I don't think we'll see anything. People saying maybe Wisp should be reserved. Jackals, I don't think we'll see anything happen to that. The main one is the Biting West Wind. That's seen a lot of talk lately. There are a few others, but it'll be interesting to see what does end up getting banned, restricted, or reserved. Now, we might see this Alisara combo touched, and that's huge. We see a Staff of Secrets from Zod right away. He uses his order to go find it, and he can equip that to Preen. So that, I did forget that Staff of Secrets was in this deck. So that is going to be a real big problem for Alisara. Zod the crazy AC makes you want to run Arc Lightning. No kidding, yeah. Arc Lightning, a really good way to deal with those high AC guys. So we see that Staff of Secrets onto Preen, and that is really going to make it difficult for Graham to get what he needs. So he'll use Grahilga's ability here. We'll see if it is beneficial for Wad to use that React or not. Oh man, so he's going to lose the Heerman's Epic right here. That's huge, because he can elect to draw them, and Staff of Secrets will turn it off, or will it? So Graham drew it. Okay, we'll see if Wad uses the staff here, I guess. Charisma. That's an interesting one. Probably new with the Charisma rule change. So yeah, Graham drew the Epic. Wad has the mask sitting there. I wonder if they're debating when the window was to use the Staff of Secrets. Saves the React for her order. Can't he spend order? Oh, the spend order is just to not draw. Okay, the React is retrieval. I was thinking they both included retrieval. So yeah, saving the React for the for Alisara's order is definitely the right way to go. So he will go ahead and use that spend order on the Staff of Secrets. Now, Will could be a big one here too if he can stun a couple Mazarian traders. He has to use the staff when Grahilga uses her order before the reveal. That's what I was wondering, yeah, about the timing. And Alisara is going to attempt to blink I guess Staff of Secrets targets all characters in play when it uses its spend order. Silly targeting rules. But we do get a successful blink from Alisara, so I guess the spend order is offline. So Alisara jumps back to the 5th rank. Grihilga stuns on up to the 3rd. So we get the Heerman's Epic onto Alisara. So yeah, as I was saying, that's something, again, that's totally up in the air, just speculation at this point, but maybe, I think people have suggested Flame Fang being banned or Supremus restricted to one of, just to kind of make this combo a little bit less consistent. We get Wrath. That was hugely consequential in the matchup against QDP. Probably not so much this time around, but getting that power attack will still be big. He'll blink the Jackals up, fall Alisara to rank 4, so at this point, use it on the Epic. Yeah, so Graham has 2 instances of searching that he can use, and only 1 react from Wad, but it'll be interesting to see how Graham navigates this. Honestly, Bobby, I should have you on here commentating with me too. So we do get the spend order from Will, so we'll stun the Morn Jackals and a Mazirian Trader. So yep, there's another level 5, we got Dreadfang. Kind of surprised Graham runs a level 5 that can't equip Heerman's Epic. If Graham shuffles a creature into his deck with Alisara, but then gets rid, does she just lose the creature and not get to play anything? Correct. So, yeah, the character gets shuffled in as the cost, at which point Wad would react. So that character is then gone, but that is better since the character is still in the deck. If he uses Heerman's Epic, and okay, no, so the colon is spend the epic. So I don't think you would kill a character and then get canceled, but because Alisara's is before the colon, that's in the cost. So yeah, if he chooses to use the Staff of Secrets on the epic, it doesn't seem like the character would still be discarded, the action would just be offline, but for Alisara, the character is shuffled back in. I have had to do that to bait a Staff of Secrets react, and it's not fun to have to do. So Dreadfang gonna cast extensions, and we get the react off the Staff of Secrets. So technically speaking, Heerman's Epic and Alisara's Order are both live. That all depends on what that last card in Graham's hand is. Obviously, if it's not a character, he can't use Alisara's Order. We could see that Heerman's Epic turn that Dreadfang into a Sithis, or if he has a level 6 in hand, he can play that, and then obviously move up and use the Epic as well to go get that Flamefang. So he wouldn't be able to get Draxen into play this turn. Again, it depends what that last card in his hand is, but Staff of Secrets is at least offline for the time being. See a Devour out of Wad, probably not going to be hugely consequential in this matchup. Definitely good for getting rid of cards in the discard pile, but I really don't think that's something that we see out of these Alisara decks. Get a Black Sun Helm onto Zod, so that's 1 AC and then another +1 level for equipping items. Is it even being discussed making Sithis unique? He's so good. They could restrict him to a 1 of, and that is just a huge printing mistake that he wasn't unique. I mean, I think we talked about it last stream. Someone in chat noted even his previous version, because there's Sithis Sutek King. I think his first one was just called Sithis, and he was unique and not anywhere near as good as the Sutek King. Okay, so the Mask of Command does not have the Helm trait, but if you look at the Black Sun Helm, that covers the face. I really don't think you can wear a mask with that, so it could be problematic for Zod's vision here. We'll go ahead and move that Devourer up to 3. And for any returning viewers wondering why Mask of Command is in here, returning newer to the game, Charisma was just changed to where I always get it wrong. Before the change, I'm always going to get it wrong now, but it's something along the lines of before a character you control makes a die roll, including the character with Charisma, make a Charisma check, and then they have advantage for the die roll. So you roll 2 dice and keep whichever one you want. So Wrath giving a Danrus power attack. A character, it can target enemies. Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to say that because... And do disadvantage. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure, and it's within 2 ranks, just to clarify as well if I didn't say that. I know in Build a Warlord last year, there was an ability that let you use Charisma on enemy characters, so it couldn't previously. I couldn't remember if this change did or did not. Wad able to take down the Morn Jackals with an even roll. Now, it's not a change that has been, like, game-changing, because this change was made several months ago, and we've had several Ancients tournaments since then. It's still a very good trait to have, and it has increased the frequency that we see it used, but it hasn't gone on to win tons of tournaments or anything like that yet. So Graham passing here. That's good, but being before the roll makes it worse. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so both players pass. Graham's last card was a counter spell, which obviously will not be beneficial for him in this matchup. Opted not to use the Heerman's Epic to go get a Sithis instead of that Dreadfang. So overall, I would say a pretty good turn 1 for Wad here. Able to get a couple items onto Zod. That Staff of Secrets is huge. Get a Wrath up front and kind of just hold his ranks better than Graham. Because Will can stun down those other 2 traders this turn. Zod opted not to move up at all. Probably waiting for a superior armament to come up, sit back, and just equip up some more items before he has to come up to the front. Okay, Wad gets initiative here again, so we could see that spend order from Preen right off the bat, or rather, spend order on Staff of Secrets. Seems like the likely play here. We'll see if Graham has another Blink or Rescue to take care of that. And he still has that React to play around now. Again, when I came into this matchup saying I feel like Alisara has the upper hand here a little bit, I completely forgot that Wad can just go search out Staff of Secrets, Action 1, and get that online. So that is going to make it very difficult for these Alisara decks to operate. So Wad can use his order on Zod again. See what Hiko gets this time. Still figuring out what it's going to get here. Thieves' Bane. So once equipped, Brogue actions that may target this character must do so, and actions that discard this item must do so. Not entirely sure what the thought of that is. Because I don't think Graham plays any rogues other than the Jackals. I could be wrong. That just seems like a weird one to go find. I think you'd want like Ghost Steel Gauntlets or something like that. Chat, do you wanna, if you guys know, why did Wad go get Thieves Bane? So Graham gonna use Grihilga. And he will draw them to discard, so that's going to get rid of Denali, which is huge, and it gets rid of a bodyguard for Graham, which does not matter in this matchup. Yeah, weird choice in this matchup. It just hits item removal. Because of Terror Shard, I guess? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's going to be a hell of a long time before Graham has the Terror Shard up front and online, so maybe didn't need to get that until next turn. Am I quiet? Or is it just you? I haven't adjusted my mic at all. I am a little bit further away from it. I can move up a bit. But yeah, I haven't adjusted my mic volume, input, anything like that for quite some time. But yeah, Wand of Negation. Very big one. Can use that on the Staff of Secrets, so... If they use the spend order, but then he Wand of Negates it, I feel like the spend order is still alive since it's been used, but that obviously gets rid of the react, so that's a big one. We get a Tauren from Wad, so Wad really getting pretty set up here. Spend order's live, yeah, that's what I figured. So, Preen is spent, so that means that spend order is live, but again, the react can be taken offline. Assuming that's what Graham is targeting with the Wand of Negation. So that means Alisar's Order and the Heroman's Epic are both back online. Again, assuming Graham went after the Staff of Secrets, which at this point, that is the obvious target for that Wand of Negation. So he's going to use Will. One of the traders stun, the other one makes it, so he still has one. That can spend react if need be, but obviously Wad will swing at the other two first. We'll stun up that Dreadfang, which means he's probably making room for a Ravenwild. Dre Nexus from Wad, that's a big one too. That's going to help him get through all these dragons once Graham starts getting them up front. There's that Ravenwild that we were talking about. It's another very good one, so now he can redirect a strike to a trader. Be able to cancel that strike. Wad gonna move Tauren back to rank 4. That's an interesting choice. And there's that Sithis. So Danris gonna swing here. We'll see if Graham does opt to redirect it to a trader or if he's gonna save Ravenwild for a later strike. Or rather redirect it to the ready trader. And he does not, so the spent trader goes down. Alisar is gonna use her order. See, okay, shuffle Supremacist back in. Able to go get Flamefang, presumably. Oh wait, no, he doesn't need Flamefang. He has the Epic now. He could use Flamefang to get the Orwith Dragonkind, but probably gonna look for... if you play level 7 here, you can stun him up to 3. So he will play Flamefang. That makes sense. So other level 7, I think, is Terror Shard, and maybe that's it? And that's not one you want to discard with the Epic, so... And look at the Flores Monster Guide, too. That's actually pretty good. You can go find another Sithis. I was thinking that was the Gettings World Atlas. That's the one that lets you do a strike on anybody that doesn't share a faction with their Warlord, I think. So he could have gone after that Tauren, but either way, extra wounds against Devourer if he needs it. So now he can stun up Sithis, move up Ravenwild, get that Flame Fang within range of Alisar's Heerman's Epic, and we can get Draxon into play. So Graham able to get his combo going with that Staff of Secrets live, able to work around that. Wand of Negation playing a huge part in that. It's like Wad deciding if he wants to swing with Danrus or not. And he will, so he's going to go on that stunned Trader. And miss. So we do see that Sithis stunning up to rank 3. Still 4 cards in hand for Wad as well, so he could be using these Danrus to try and take down some traders and then play Superior Armament to come up and get a few swings in, or equip a few more items as well. So we see a forward spin react after character performs an action to discard an item in your army. Cancel the action, the item remains equipped. So now between that and the Thieves' Bane, he has a couple workarounds for Terror Shard, who again isn't even on the board yet, so at that point we would probably just see Terror Shard swing in for the multi-wounding as opposed to trying to rip off items. So he's going to move Dre and Nexus. I assume... Yep, move her back and she stuns up. Did not realize he put the World Atlas onto Ravenwild. But that's obviously a good call before moving her out of that 5th rank. Oh, just started. I'll be back in 4 hours to see what happened. Gotta take our midstream breaks, right? We'll play the first 2 games and then we'll figure it out from there. So Flurry's Monster's Guide, all non-monster characters inflict an additional one. Okay, yeah, target monsters, spend it to go search. So yeah, he will use the Epic, get rid of that Flame Fang, and go get Drax. And now we'll see if that last card in his hand is a Supremus or not. That would be pretty good since he already shuffled 1 in this turn. Yep, because he didn't use Alisar's Order last turn, so he gets Draxon in. And at the very least, he can ready up Dreadfang. Order that Dreadfang up, get a couple swings in. If they play a game 3, yeah, that's true. It could go 2-0 one way or the other. Using that Monster's Guide to go get another Sithis. So Graham able to get Draxon out, but Wad definitely able to take all the time he needs to build up his army and Zod. Again, that Thieves' Bane just seems really weird, especially knowing you have Forge in your hand. Seems a little bit unnecessary to go get that Thieves' Bane. Really the only thing chat's thinking is that it's for Terror Shard, who can spend order to remove items, so it would have to target the Thieves' Bane legally, but Forge does the exact same thing. So guessing that last card in Graham's hand is not a dragon, because he will use Draxon's Order to ready Dreadfang, who again can order up now, take a couple swings, maybe get rid of that Wrath if possible. Wad moving Forge back to rank 3. Since there's no rank restriction on him like Master of the Forge, he can ready... Oh, that's true, he can ready Terror Shard a few times. Yeah. So Thieves' Bane and Forge can get around that. Now that Graham has used most of the searching that he'll need to, he can use that Wand of Negation for some of Zod's more offensive items next turn instead of having to use it on the Staff of Secrets, possibly. Now he can still search with the Monster's Guide to go get Tauren if he wants. No, Thieves' Bane. So Thieves' Bane does stop Tear Shard. It's also equipped rogue actions that must target this character must do so. And actions that discard this item must do so. So there's no stipulation on anything rogue related on the second part of that. So any action that discards it. So Salazar the Gilded, since he can react and destroy items, you'd have to go after Thieves' Bane first. So looks like Graham hit with the first strike, used her Dreadfang's react to do an extra wound off of a DC save onto Wrath. Wrath failed that save, and then he hit another Danris with his second swing. Okay, read all the card. So it says in the flavor text, "Oh, you fell for it too, Jonah the Burglar." And let's take a closer look here. It is illustrated by Lisa Hunt. So you definitely, like Vac said, want to read all the card, make sure they're not hiding any additional rules text in the flavor text or anywhere where the artist is being credited. Yeah, so both players pass, and Wad holding 2 cards, Graham holding 1. So Graham opting to save that one. We'll see what Wad ends up doing with these 2 cards in his hand. And Wad will keep both of them too. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Lots of cards being carried over from last round. Got a pretty decent initiative roll from Graham here. And Wad will lose initiative. The first thing Graham is going to do is blank that Staff of Secrets. For what it's worth, that Trader in rank 1 should be spent, not stunned. Don't really think that will matter, but maybe a turn from now it would. What the heck is Wad holding? Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little bit weird for him to be holding cards at this stage, let alone 2 of them. Like, if he wanted to hold a superior armament over from last turn, want to get a little bit more built up this turn before moving up, I would understand that. Yeah, because, yeah, he only has those items. Nothing too powerful yet. It's a little bit weird that he would hold 2, but I guess we won't know exactly what they were. We'll talk to them after the match. Graham did fix that Trader. So, Staff of Secrets goes face down. Wad will use Tauren. Okay, well, he just discarded a superior armament with Tauren, so even if that was one that he held, really, again, no point to hold that if you're just going to discard it, so yeah, really confused as to what he would have been holding here. And Grihilga will back alley that. Graham already taken advantage of that face down, or rather the blanked Staff of Secrets. And it really feels like things are starting to swing into Graham's favor here. Again, Wad had the first 2 turns to get completely set up and really didn't get the items that he needed. LSR are going to spend, I assume, for an extensions here. Rise and Obey, even better. So there's Supremus right there. Place Supremus back there. Spend order to move up, stun up to there. Tap Trader back, get him in the front, ready him up. I like it. Yeah, GG, exactly. That's game right there. And then 5 other cards in hand too, aside from Supremus. I mean, we could have 2 Supremus here. He could get out a couple more dragons this turn. Yeah, he needed like 36 AC before Supremus hit play. Yeah, getting the Staff of Secrets to stall was huge. You just didn't get the items to build up his AC. And that is the big thing too. I mean, even if his AC is that high, Graham can go get a Temple of Lore and Supremus is swinging in at plus 27. Like, it's still not guaranteed to hit somebody with that high of AC, but even if his AC does get that high, Graham has ways to work around it. So we do see Sir Tython's Shield. That's a pretty big one here. Extra hit point, extra level. Probably too little, too late, but that is at least one of the better items that Wad could go get right now. So we see Supremus hit play. And Wad will go search with Zod. Let's see what he gets this time around. Ghost Steel Gauntlet's probably not the best at this point in time. Common Blade, probably. I don't remember if he runs Medicine Kit, but Common Blade feels like the best one right now. I don't remember all the items that he has. Boots of Mobility, that's another good one too. Yep, that makes sense. And that's another one that has been talked about as a potential ban. Again, all of this just speculation at this point, but the fact that you can get near infinite AC is essentially you better hit on your first couple strikes or you're not going to hit for the rest of the turn because their AC is just going to go to the moon. Now the range strikes from Supremus, pardon me here. Range strikes from Supremus are only +9, so he is going to have to wait for Zod to get into melee range before he can really swing in with Supremus. And yeah, he could use those range strikes to decimate some of his army, but Graham will likely get Supremus up front, ready him up, and then just sit with him there. Zod has 5 cards in hand. Any one of those could be a superior armament. And I mean, if he... Did he ever go get his... Oh yeah, he got Boots of Mobility. So yeah, if he does get like a Common Blade or something, if he goes Common Blade, Superior Armament, I don't think he could kill Supremus this turn, but you really want to be able to get that swing on him before he has that opportunity, because then going into initiative next turn, that is something where he could take out Supremus. So like I said, Graham likely to move him up, ready him, and just wait for Zod. Just over a half hour into the match. I mean, if this goes much longer, we could be at a bit of a stalemate here. Again, if Graham just does sit there with a ready Supremus. So we could very well only see a 1-0 victory here. We might not go to a game 3 or the entirety of a game 2. Okay, so Graham used Grihilga. I did not see what Wad got. He accidentally drew it. Okay, that's why. So Morgan's Coils. +6 skill. That would be good for Pyrothraxis, but the DC 15s aren't going to be huge for Graham's Dragons. But we'll get rid of that either way. Graham not needing the Korat here. Mostly in there for Adarami decks. Not something that's going to be big in this matchup. So really would just be a detriment to Graham at this point. So he'll go ahead and draw those to the discard. gonna go ahead and use the Flores Monsters Guide. I assume go get Tauren here. Or maybe another Sithis. I mean, those are the only two options, but... Sithis, okay. I maybe would have gone with Tauren, not knowing what's in his hand, just to pitch a card, see if we can go find a second Supremus. But another Sithis is good as well. Worth noting that Dreadfang will hit for 2 wounds on Devourer because of the Flores Monster Guide. The epics have such good art. I love all of them. So this is big. Will is going to attempt to stun Miserian Trader and presumably Dreadfang. So that would mean Graham couldn't move the Trader back to get Supremus up, but we will see Ravenwild move it over to the other Trader. Makes the save either way, and Dreadfang is good as well. Only needed anything but a 1 on that roll. So Graham has used his Ravenwild for the turn, but it was worth it to keep that Trader able to get Supremus up. I see in extensions from Dreadfang here. So still maybe able to get that second Supremus out this turn. Oh yeah, Draxon isn't a wizard. Okay, Graham got his card, and it looks like he's looking at the top 4. Is he going to move him to the bottom? Yeah, okay. So he will send the remaining cards to the bottom. And still 5 cards in hand for Graham too. 4 for Wad. Danris going to swing presumably at... Doesn't matter because he'll miss. Now that's an interesting question. Does he swing at Trader? Because that will move up Supremus. Does he go for Dreadfang? Try and get wounds down? I assume he was swinging for the Spent Trader there. See Graham move up Sithis. That frees up Draxon. You can play Dragons behind him now. There's a Temple of Lore for Wad. Okay. So that's pretty big for him. Graham can still go get his Temple of Lore as well, and he will use Alisara. Shuffling Siren Spawn back in. Probably gonna go get Paymaster before he would go search for a Temple of Lore, again, just to be able to move it back. So there's that Paymaster. Could have Temple in his hand here as well. He'll play him in rank 3. Interesting. No, that makes sense, because you don't want to put him behind Draxon. Paymaster Core able to interplay into any level. Or any rank. I never knew what he did when I was younger, because I only had him in my deck because he could interplay in any rank, and I played Salazar Dragon Ranching. But the copy that we had was German, so I never knew what he did. I didn't know what his react was. Honestly, didn't really use it in that deck since you only use it with Temple of Lore primarily. So all I needed to know was that he could interplay into any level, into any rank, and his rank was equal to his level. And we do see the Terror Shard from Graham. We can get her up to rank 4 this turn. Move Paymaster back. Move Paymaster back. Move Wisp back. Can get Terror Shard up to rank 2, or move Helga back 2 instead of Paymaster. Move Trader back, get Supremus up to 1. Why is Wad marking the Mask of Command? Is he... Stanris swinging? There's the Temple of Lore. Okay. So I have absolutely no clue what Wad is doing with the Mask of Command, but Graham will play Temple of Lore, react with Paymaster to move it back, so now we get Supremus up here in rank 1, and Temple of Lore is sitting back in rank 2. Nice and safe. Can still get Terror Shard up to rank 2 this turn, if he chooses to maneuver that way. And now Supremus is really freaking big. Swinging in at plus 27, plus 21. 38 AC. They get skill too, right? Yep. So 30... Wait. Yeah, 31 skill. And 9 hit points. Gotta love Temple of Lore with dragons. We have Celtic to thank for popularizing that. At least in the online era. I'm sure it's been done in the past, but that's the first place I saw it done. So there's superior armament from Wad. Okay. So he'll move up. He has an opportunity to swing. Graham will ready Supremus. But there is no Common Blade for Zod, and with Supremus' AC being so high, Wad is only swinging in at plus 13, 14, 15. Yeah, he's only swinging in at plus 15, going at a 38 AC, so he would need, God, I'm bad at math, 20. He would need a 20 to hit. So he's definitely not going to hit by 5 or more. It would have to be a critical success. He has power attack, but you have to imagine next action, Zod is out of here. So he'll swing. Let's go on power attack. Looks like he missed that, I think. 12 skill, power attack plus 6. Oh no, he got power attack. But he missed on the roll itself, assuming he was going for Supremus, because he needed a 20. Going on Dreadfang, okay. So I guess just accepting his fate at this point. I feel like moving up was maybe not in his best interest. You have enough of an army. You've got Temple of Lore. Again, wait until Supremus has already readied, and if he's going to attack, wait until he's already attacked this turn, if anything. You need more items. You need to get built up. You need Common Blade before you can go take on Supremus, especially with Temple of Lore being untouchable. So, and again, Supremus is really the only threat right now. I know he can get Terror Shard up to rank 2, but she'd be spent next turn. Dreadfang would... I mean, it's Dreadfang. It can take out Temple of Lore. That's true, but you have to roll even. I don't know, I just feel like maybe he moved up a little prematurely, but maybe he recognized that that was his only window to do so. And now Supremus will swing, so hitting for 3 wounds apiece. Zod has 5 hit points, so it'll take 2 hits, but that is going to be hit number 1. And so he's going to... Why is it spent with 1 marker on it? I'm so confused why it's spent and marked already. But he's going to use Mask of Command to try and Charisma. Get Supremus to roll 2 dice here. It looks like he succeeded. React with Boots of Mobility to move and gain AC. I think that still hits because 9 plus 27, that's 34. Yep, so game 2 we go. Graham takes the lead. So we'll definitely see Wad go and get that Staff of Secrets right away again. That was able to slow Graham down early, but drawing that Wand of Negation was huge. We'll see if he can draw that again, get lucky somehow, or if he can Yeah, I wonder if Staff of Secrets was completely tapped down and he had Flame Fang, would he use Flame Fang to go get Wand of Negation instead of Heerman's Epic? Although that would be draw, so if he's already spent with Staff of Secrets. I don't know. Yeah, Wand of Negation was huge. So we're halfway through time. We're at 45 minutes. In 45 minutes to play. Graham wins initiative, which is huge for him. So he has the opportunity to take a couple actions here before Staff of Secrets hits play. He'll play Paymaster first, so Wad can go search for Staff of Secrets, which means Graham has one more action before that hits the field. We do get extensions from Alisara, so he will use the opportunity to draw some cards before that Staff of Secrets hits play, so that's big that he was able to get that in this turn. So that still is definitely something he could have done had he lost initiative. Just do that before playing Paymaster. A little bit surprised that if he knew he had extensions, he didn't shuffle Paymaster back in to go get Ravenwild or Grihilga, one of those better level 5s. Paymaster is primarily for moving the Temple back, and I mean, unless he has the Temple in his opening hand, even then, I don't think he would play it this early. And there's that Staff of Secrets. So we get Blackwind now. Still 5 cards in hand for Wad. Or he has Wand. Yep, that's... No, because he would have done that already. He would have equipped Wand prematurely, so then Preen didn't have the opportunity to use the spend order first, I feel like. Because yeah, I would have gone extensions first, see if you can find the Wand, and then play the Wand, so then again you can turn off that Staff of Secrets before the spend order. We do see Terror Shard though. Okay. So he'll use Alisara's order, shuffle Terror Shard back in, and he will blink it. He'll successfully do so. Move back to rank 4, follow the Jackals up. So we shuffle Terror Shard in so he can go get Flame Fang here. But Flame Fang searching out an item, moving from your deck to your hand, is considered draw, is it not? So since that spend order is live, he wouldn't be able to go get Epic, right? Or was the wording of draw changed too? I don't know, Blink has been really consequential in these LSR decks, though. It's not one that I've ever played in my decks before. I usually just run Rescue, but Blink has been huge. It's in my matchup against Celtics, Supremacy used it a couple times. We've seen Graham use it with Alisara here off the Staff of Secrets. But yeah, I don't know how he was able to go get the Epic. But that does make sense why he didn't shuffle Paymaster in to go get Ravenwild. He had a way around the react in Blink. Chat, do you guys know how he's able to go get Heerman's Epic with Flame Fang? Is that not considered draw? Because the staff has been spend ordered. And I wonder if they're discussing that now too, since they don't seem to be doing anything. Retrieval isn't the same as draw, but retrieval, I thought anytime you move from your deck to your hand, it's considered drawing. Retrieval was from your deck into play or discard. I could be wrong. See if I can pull up the rules here. Saga of the Storm. Rules. Okay, well, clearly not a discussion anymore. Wad playing Flamestone Gargoyles. Graham is going to stun Blackwind up, but I am still looking for the rules. Taking a card from the deck, not necessarily the top of your deck, and putting it into the hand is considered draw. Whereas, let's see if we can find retrieval. Retrieving a card, take a card from the deck or discard pile and moving it to another location, such as the hand in play, the discard pile. So that's really funny. I do see your answer to the thing, and we'll touch on that in a minute. But just noting the wording of retrieval implies that draw is also retrieval, because taking a card from the deck or discard pile and moving it to another location, such as the hand. So is taking a card from your deck and putting it into your hand is draw, but here it's saying it's retrieval. So that does not make sense to me. All draw is retrieval. Got it. But not all retrieval is draw. That's not confusing at all. Okay. So the thing saying Flame Fang is a card effect, not in action. Staff of Secrets is until end of turn. Characters may not perform actions to draw cards. That is a perfectly valid answer for that. That makes total sense. So yeah, we are a few actions behind here after that little rabbit hole. So we got Epic on to Paymaster, who used that on Flame Fang. So we've got Draxen. So once again, Graham able to get Draxen out working around that Staff of Secrets, and we see Boots of Mobility, Lunatic's Genius, and Morgan's Coils from Zod. Now, Lunatic's Genius, not one that sees a lot of play. React once per turn after this character performs a melee strike that killed an opposing character. Search your deck for an item this character can legally equip and put it into your hand. If the item was not an Artificer set item, and discard a card. So that's one, again, that doesn't see a ton of play. I remember seeing this in the Wad versus QDP matchup that he ended up not using it, but we'll see if he's able to this time around. I apologize, dealing with a bit of a cold right now, so have some congestion that I'm dealing with. He'll use Draxen to ready Blackwind, who can... it's not turn 1, right? Is it? I think it is still turn 1. Holy crap. So he can spend order on the Danris if he wants, or he can just swing. And Paymaster will stun all the way up. He'll swing with a Mazarian Trader and actually hit a Danris. That's amazing. See a Collar of Damnation on Zod as well. Not one that I think will do a whole lot in this matchup, but he does have 4 items on already, one of which being Boots of Mobility, so already doing better than this time last game as far as items go. So Preen reacted and killed a Trader. Now we have another one swinging in that will not hit. Last Trader swinging, see if we can get an 18 or better. Swinging in at -7, and he doesn't get there. So 1 card in hand still for Graham, and then Blackwind is active as well. Flamestone, when it dies, equips as an armor. So I take it he is using the spend order from Blackwind. Yep. So first Danris makes it. Wad flipping a whole bunch of coins, and another one fails it, so he'll have to spend react. And the last one like a 50-50 shot, and does not make it either. So the last one will tap down. Graham obviously hoping all three of those saves are failed there, so he gets at least one Danris killed. Still one card in hand for Graham. Wad will move the Flamestone Gargoyles up. See if Graham just passes or if he is able to play this one. Have to imagine Wad is done for the turn now. Probably not going to move Zod up just yet. Oh, nice. Someone's a ban in chat. Gotta love the advertising bots. So last one from Graham is a counterspell. Just like game one, not one that's going to see much play in this matchup, but what a huge turn one for Graham. Able to get Draxon out, again, working around that Staff of Secrets. So Graham at this point in a pretty good position. Wad, again, does have more items than this time last game. Boots of Mobility is a pretty big one. Lunatic's Genius could be interesting, but he's probably going to need that Common Blade if he is going to chew through these dragons. So Graham in the better position right now, but can't search out Supremus with that Staff of Secrets on the field unless he has another... So Rise and Obey, so he would need to blink off the spend order. So he has to hope he is able to draw Supremus here. Whereas if Wad is able to go Common Blade, one more item, and Superior Armament up, Zod could be in a pretty good position here before Graham is able to get more meat onto the table. Looks like Wad did win initiative here, so thinking about what he wants to do. He's going to use Zod. Again, I have to imagine he goes for Common Blade here. Could be the Thieves' Bane, since that was his play about this time last game. Cardinal's Blessing. After this character performs an action, give it an attack AC and skill bonus. Increased by 5. So that tells me that he has Denali in his hand as well. So that will give Zod a pretty big attack AC and skill buff, as well as an additional level, I think. And I know hit point for sure. That is, of course, assuming he has an item in the top 5. Accidentally paused this, didn't realize, but nothing changed. Must have been Wad's action. It be like that. Graham does get his Terror Shard there. So he can stun on up to rank. Yeah, he can get Terror Shard up front ready this turn by manipulating the ranks a little bit. Get the spend order from Preen here on the Staff of Secrets. Honestly, a little bit surprised he didn't lead with that. Oh, because he has to use Zod's order first. Duh, my bad. I caught it right as I... Oh, that is huge. So Terror Shard will blink, makes the check, and moves from rank 6 up to rank 1. That is a really fun aspect of that I had not considered. Using it, obviously it's movement, but usually the person using it moves backwards, not forwards. That is a huge play by Graham. And now, I mean, obviously Terror Shard is up front and ready this turn, but he didn't even have to use Draxon's order to do that. So he has Terror Shard and Black Wind up front, hasn't used Draxon's order, and he is going to spend order to get rid of that Staff of Secrets. Presumably. Yep, there it goes. Okay. So that frees up Alisara's order, frees up Rise and Obey, so now he can go search for Supremus, and that probably just won Graham the game here. Again, a lot to play, lots of rolling to happen as well, but that just puts Graham in such a good position. Ban LSR and force everyone who plays her to play Sorsha for a year. I refuse to play Sorsha. She is so unbelievably bad. Even if she got the monster to your hand, she wouldn't be great because it's only monsters. Like, you can go find Tauren, which is good. I feel like she would be best, honestly, as like a mercenary mid-range. Go find Jackals. Go find Amodasi's Inferno. She's not that bad. She's not that good, though, either. Like, Salazar, if you're just looking for a summoner, Salazar is so much better, in my opinion. The top of the deck thing is rough. Yeah, like, she already has a drawback, and that's that she has 2 hit points. I get that she was very early, so they didn't have a ton of overpowered warlords early on, but, like, make her more playable. If anything, banning DLS makes more sense. Banning Dis. I can't see what that says. So he'll use Alisar's order and go get the Temple of Lore. Ghostbog is going to spend Alisara for it. Oh, DLs. Oh, no. Dragon Lords are so much fun. Let me put it this way. Aresh made so many waves throughout Ancients. If Aresh isn't going to get banned, I don't think Dragon Lords will get banned. Supremus would get banned first. Because, I mean, I play Dragon Lords in most of my decks. So we'll see Draxen ready up Terror Shard here. And I only run 1 Supremus. A lot of my decks, I don't run Supremus at all. Just because Alisara can shuffle him back in. That's huge. If you're not running Alisara, he's a dead card almost any time that you draw him, just because it does take so much build-up to get your Dragon Lord into play. Again, since I don't play the Huron's Epic combo, that's not me trying to be like high and mighty or being like a truther dragon player. I'm not saying the combo's bad or hating on people who play it. That's just not how I choose to do things, and so I don't think Dragon Lords themselves are the problem. They take a lot of work to get into play. Okay, Will gonna use his order here. I mean, it's got to be on the 2 traders, unless he's hoping Terror Shard rolls a 1. Let's see. Well, it looks like he did go for Terror Shard and Blackwind, because if it was trader, he would have failed that first save. So Graham gonna stun Draxen up. That obviously says he has no more dragons this turn. Likely, I don't want to say likely. He might move him up to rank 2. I guess we'll find out. Because then you can play dragons in rank 3, order up, and they fall up to rank 1. Still 2 cards in hand for Graham, 4 for Wad. He did equip the Core's Banner. I missed that as well. So he has Charisma. He does run Medical Kit. Okay, that's level 6, so it's not one he could have gone to search out. You get Ravika from Alisara, or from Graham, so that's a really good one too. Ravika, such an amazing level 4, able to reduce the wounds by 1 or 2-1 in the instance that it is needed. Has the Blue Worm's Egg as well. Okay, so that is one way that Zod can get back to Temple of Lore, is with the Blue Worm's Egg, so that puts him in a little bit better position here. That does tell me Graham will likely try and keep Draxen in rank 3, now that he's got that egg in play. So Wad, once again, going to spend order with Blackwind. Wad makes the first one. Flipping coins before every roll. So we get that Danrus failing. He'll give +4 attack. We've got Flamestone going. Okay, Flamestone fails too, so he'll equip to Zod as an armor, and now Zod is loaded up on those items that he was unable to do so last game. Common Blade would definitely be huge here for him. You have to imagine he'll go and search that out next turn. And the last Danrus fails too, so Blackwind able to take out 3 characters with that spend order and break up Wad's ranks a little bit. Still has Terror Shard as well, who, again, he'll probably keep Terror Shard ready. Kind of same theory that I had last game with Supremus, where he'll just keep Terror Shard ready. Should Wad choose to Superior Armament up, he can take a couple swings with Terror Shard first. So there's that Denali that we knew was coming. Now here's where it's interesting. He might choose to swing with Terror Shard here just to break up those ranks before Denali can go off. Graham will take a minute to think about it here. But if you can, yep, and that's what he'll do, because he still has to put the Cardinal's Blessings onto Denali too. So Graham knows he doesn't have a Superior Armament, so he can swing with Terror Shard here. He's safe. And for those who take notes, you should have known that Cardinal's Blessing was the last card, and if you went and searched for it, we should have known that he had Denali in hand. So I'm pretty bad at remembering stuff like that, but Graham, I know, is really good at that type of thing, so he probably already knew that Wad didn't have a Superior Armament. So, Terror Shard swing, swing, and swing. Able to take out 3, I think. Nope, just 2 so far. Right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, because he used the preen react. That's what one of those rolls was. Okay. So Denali can still go off since it's within 1 rank. Zod falls up to 2. So he'll equip Spirit's Blessings to Denali, and I imagine Graham will swing with a Trader here. See if he can hit that Ghost Bog and destabilize those ranks before Denali can spend order. What would be hilarious is if there wasn't an item in the top 5. Now we need a 16 or better from the Trader here to hit. He has +1 attack, and that will hit. What a play. That's huge. Ghostbot goes down. Zod is stunned in the front. No Amulet of Waking. Not that it really matters, but now Denali can't do her thing this turn. She can next turn if Zod wins initiative, but you've got Terror Shard swinging in at +18, +18, +13. Now let's take a look at Zod's AC. So he's sitting at 30 right now. Sorry, 20. And it looks like just 20. Now he can react with Boots of Mobility, but it looks like this is pretty much game here, unless we get a couple bad rolls from Graham here early on. Next turn. Trader gonna swing in, I guess, see if he can get lucky, maybe. Might as well. And Graham just gonna pass. Okay, so 1 card in hand for Graham. We'll see if he saves it or get rid of it. But man, absolutely in winning position here. And it's another counter spell, so obviously not useful. Okay, so initiative here is huge. If Denali can give Zod an AC buff, that is going to make him not quite as susceptible to Terror Shard. Still very likely. But if he misses with one of those +18s off Terror Shard, that +13 definitely less likely to hit be at 25 AC. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility that Terror Shard could miss here. Now he can ready up with Draxen as well. But I mean, if Wad wants to stand any sort of chance in this, he needs to win initiative here. 15, pretty solid roll, and he does get Inish. So Denali gonna do her thing. And it would be actually increases by 5, and it's once would be at 26 AC. Graham gets to look at them as well. And we'll see if there's an item. Either he's taking a while to decide here, or there is no item. And okay, there is an item, so he'll get rid of Kringle's Slay and give +6 attack AC and skill, and +1 hit point and level to Zod. So that puts him at 4 hit points. So still 2 hits with Terror Shard will do the trick. Why would you keep the Slay in play? Why would you clone the Slay? Why would you not clone Denali? Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. Okay, so Terror Shard swinging in here would be plus 18s, swinging on 26, so he would need an 8 or better to hit. Still pretty likely, but not outside of the realm of possibility that Terror Shard misses. And then, not to mention that Boots of Mobility goes off as well, so Terror Shard could very easily miss these couple swings here. So we'll get a Dread Fang before Graham decides to swing in. I mean, personally, I would have swung. I'm a super greedy player, so I would have tried to win right then and there. Playing the Dreadfang is a little bit confusing to me. Maybe Graham wants to get a Ravenwild into play and rank 5 there. I know, because Ravenwild will come in 6 with Temple, so I don't know. Maybe there's another level 4 he wants to get into play, but I would have tried to swing before he equips something else that buffs his AC, just because his AC can get so high. Because if it gets much higher, like if Wad had a Temple of Lore too, I just would have swung with Terror Shard right there to try and finish it. And yeah, now Wad can use his order to go find a card. And what's it gonna be this time? Maybe that's what it was. Graham was waiting to see what Wad was going to search for before he made his final decision if he was going to attack with Terror Shard or use it to get rid of an item. So we do see the Common Blade for Wad here, and maybe Graham will wait for him to play that, rip off that Common Blade. But, I mean, again, he can ready with Draxon. Maybe he has a Supremacy he wants to get into play and ready, so he's just sitting on Terror Shard right now. Again, it just goes back to me being a super greedy player, and that's what I would have done. But we see an extensions from Dreadfang here, so Graham just wanted to get another Wizard into play without taking swings off the table from Blackwind or Terror Shard. Oh shoot, Untap is reloading. No, you weren't supposed to see my decks. Not like there's anything that impressive. You guys already knew I was playing Draxon. Hopefully Untap did not just go down for them. Okay, we're back in screenshot. That was a little bit weird, but good thing Untap did not go down. Potion of Blurring. Okay, that's a pretty big one, so maybe Terror Shard. Nope, not going to rip that off. Alisar is just going to keep going. Shuffle a Sithis back in so we can go get a level 6 or lower. And he's going to play, okay, Karachuk. So now Temple of Lore cannot legally enter play. Now, if Wad had that, he probably maybe would have played it. I don't know. But he's just loading up on the items. Not going to pop the Potion of Blurring yet. He'll use the Amulet of Awakening. And that raises his AC. Oh, another fun thing with Korat is Graham's Temple of Lore enters play in rank 2. He does already have it in play this game, but that is another fun aspect of it, aside from just trying to screw at army decks with it. It's going to move Dreadfang up, probably making room to play Supremus. And there's the Common Blade from Wad. So his attack is through the roof now as well. Graham just digging for that Supremus, trying to get him into play this turn, ready him up with Zod, and then finish the game that way, I guess. No Supremacist, just Siren Spawn. Okay. Very interesting. So Siren Spawn gonna stun up to rank 2 here. Still 2 cards in hand for Graham. And 3 cards in hand for Wad. Gonna move a trader back to get Siren Spawn up to the front. I can't imagine he would ready Siren Spawn to try and take down Denali with Draxon. You've got to go Terror Shard. Ravika gonna move up. So Korat falls and Alisara is going to spend back. Interesting. Okay, so no Rise, no Obey this turn for Alisara. Moving her back is an interesting move. Maybe gonna equip the Flory's Monster Guide since he already has the Epic in play. Orb of Dragonkind is another one he can equip here. Playing a Bem in rank 6. Never something I thought I would say. And 1 card remaining in hand. I have to imagine that it is one of those 2 aforementioned level 10 items. 3 cards for Wad still. See if he wants to pop the Potion of Blurring. And he's going to pass. So we get Terror Shard swinging in. Potion of Blurring would have been an anything but a 1 check because of that skill boost from Temple of Lore. So Terror Shard not attacking, but ripping off the blue Worm's Egg. So that's going to keep that Temple of Lore safe now. And because of Korat, Zod doesn't have the ranks right now to play Supply gets it back, I think. I'm bad with dwarves. Sorry, Bobby. Graham will ready up Terror Shard. And I assume he'll rip off that Common Blade now. I feel like that one has to go for sure. Boots of Mobility is a big one to get rid of too. So 13 minutes to play here. Probably another reason Graham didn't get greedy and just attack with Terror Shard and try and finish it is he's in the lead. He's up 1-0. He doesn't have to play to win here. He just has to play to not lose. So keeping Terror Shard ready until later in the turn to rip off any items that he decided to. Again, that's just going back to playing to not lose. So swinging in with Blackwind now. Needs 18s to hit, and there's a hit right there. Second one will not hit. So he was going to suffer a wound, but he'll use the Core's Banner to make a Charisma check, try and reduce that wound by 1. And he gets it, so Zod suffers no wounds. He'll make a Charisma check on the roll itself, I guess. Okay, I don't know anything that's happening. Graham making rolls for Morgan's Coils, I guess. And then Wad does end up suffering the wound. I don't know what just happened there between all those rolls and the Core's Banner. I don't know, but Zod did take a wound. Now he's rolling for medicine and did not get it. Wait, 2 is medicine plus 5. It's 12. Oh, because of Denali, he did get it. That's right. He has a skill boost on Denali. And it was Orb of Dragonkind. Now, he didn't have to move Alisara back to play that. Again, just moving Korat up, but he could have played Bem either way and equipped Orbit Dragon kind to him, but Bem able to spend and ready up Terror Shard a third time this turn now. So let's see if he opts to attack or just rip off another item. I would just swing in at this point, make it a 2-0 victory. Wad spending with Terror Shard, see if he's ripping off. He will attack, that's gonna miss. Maybe should have ripped off that Common Blade. I forgot he still had that. And that one's gonna miss too. Wow, see, both those plus 18s missed. That is incredible. Needed 9s to hit and could not. And that one plus 13 will miss too. Wow. Can't get Common Blade yet, right? Oh, yep, cannot be destroyed by card effects. I forgot about that aspect of it. I just remember the extra wounding and higher attack. Good call, Watch Fu. Okay, and... again, with all this rolling, I don't know what's happening. I assume he Charisma'd... No, because he didn't roll for a Charisma check. But he put 2 wounds on Zod, so... I have no idea. Looks like Wad is scooping, I guess. I don't think that's game yet. What was the 4 and the 6? I guess he swung in and killed King Zod. I'm tracking things really well here, guys, but it looks like that's the game, so we'll see if we can get them in a chat and we can talk about it.
Crazy that you can just pilot this deck so consistently to the top every year. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's you know, some people kind of say some stuff, and I'm like, hey, listen, if you think Zod's so easy to play, then just take my deck and do what you do with it. Like, oh no, that's a mess. I don't want to play that. It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you then.
Yeah,
But congratulations to you too.
Thank you.
First champ, gotta feel good. Now you're in the. You gotta find a way to create that red. Or no, what green coat room. Wes did that the other day, and he's like, oh, it was so funny because he did it the other day, and I was like thinking to myself, because I didn't hear anything, and then I just saw it, and I was like, oh, this is cool, and I was like, oh, champions, oh, okay, cool, and then he's like, I gotta find a way to get the mods out of here. I'm like, you can't find a way to get the mods out of here, Wes. But no, congratulations, man. I think the tweaks you made on the deck made it even better with Counterspell, because really the only thing you're worried about is somebody attaching Sigil Bonding, or you know, doing Rise and Obey, or you know, getting a good Wheel of Death on you early or something like that. So you had it tweaked up and running. So
for Gen Con it was Bribe, because I figured that synergized well with Crouch Cook and helped me versus Rush, because you can get people to front very quickly with Bribe. But then, yeah, I got Paradigm Shift.
Oh, Paradigm Shift, yeah.
In the first turn, 3 games in a row against Jackal.
I saw that the ace. And I was like, you know, you should not have beat Graham at Gen Con. I almost wanted to message you and be like, hey, man, I would be salty if I was in your spot, because there's no way in hell I should have beat yours. But hey, you know, it happens. What are you going to do?
He earned it. He earned it. He played well.
He did. Yeah, no, it's good. But when he did Paradigm Shift, I was like, 3 games in a row by like the second turn. I was like, get out of here, Ace.
Yeah. Oh well. This makes up for it for sure.
Well, congrats, Graham, our new Ancients World Champion.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Anything you guys want to talk about from that match? Breaking it down, ways where you might have. Times where you might have felt the game definitely shifted into Graham's favor, or any specific points or plays?
Well, go for it.
No, go, Graham. Go ahead. You're up. You're the winner. You go.
In game 2, the key moment was definitely my Myzerian trader killing his Ghost Fog.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was huge.
I think I probably had a victory on time in that match. Like I don't think you were gonna kill me before time expired.
Yeah.
But
Get the right
but
call.
yeah, that definitely like made it very possible for me to win.
And that's what we figured early on when, early on in turn 2, where you could have swung with Terror Shard for the kill. But at that point, you were already up in the match 1-0. It seems like you were playing more not to lose as opposed to just getting greedy and trying to win.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it wasn't a sure thing.
Yeah.
Basically, and I wanted to be as careful and calm about it as possible. Common Blade really is the thing that can beat my deck, because like no matter how high your AC bonuses get, you're not overcoming the attack of the Zod with Common Blade. So I was thinking, maybe I can work my way down there and destroy enough of his items that Common Blade doesn't matter. And at the very least, if I kill the boots, if I kill the blue worm's egg, then my temple is safe.
Exactly.
If my temple is safe, then yeah. I think I didn't get the Orb of Dragonkind until I had extensions, and then after I started destroying items, he started putting more out. So like that plan wasn't going to work as well, which is why I ended up swinging at the end.
Sure. Yeah, being able to blink Terror Shard up to the front too, that was absolutely huge.
Yeah. My tight hole. That hole tightened up a little bit. That one, I was like, oh yeah, that's any rank, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's what I was waiting for, because we played Terror Shard. I was like, there's no reason he just played Terror Shard just to play him. And I was like, well, I mean, I really don't have an option. I gotta spin the staff to try to keep it from going. And if he's got it, he got it. And then he went to the front. And I was like,
This is an interaction I've been aware of since I built the deck, but never actually got to do it. So I was very happy to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, usually
So
the
it's
character
satisfying.
playing blink moves back instead of up.
Yeah, it's rare that you just played a ready dragon with
Yeah.
blanket targeting. I think like I initially conceived of it for like Blackwind against Adarami, right?
Okay,
Like you
yeah.
play Blackwind, they win or Warfare, then Blackwind's in the front, and that's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely helped here.
Well, yeah, 2 very good games. Wad, we noticed you weren't able to get all of your items that you were looking for game 1. Turn 2, you were definitely able to do much better with that. Were you just not drawing the cards you needed game 1, or what happened there?
yeah, I was holding on to it because basically the really only plan I had was I knew he ran 2 counter spells, and so when he discarded the first game, I was like, okay, I've got a chance now, because he didn't have like all of his King Suduks out, and so I was like, okay, I've got a chance, because really all I had to do was try to get my only game plan to try to go the distance and play a best of 1, and then when I saw that wasn't going to happen in game 1, like I saw that he's probably just going to range strike with Supremus in my second rank. I didn't even have a temple up or anything really to boost their AC, so it was going to completely wreck them. And I was like, well, I'll go to the front. Or I actually did have a temple, and so I was like, well, I'll go to the front, and then worst case scenario, I can Kair's charisma, maybe a couple of his checks, and then if I'm still round at the second part, maybe I can get some wounds on him or get him to blink or whatever. But Remus doesn't have a order move backwards or forwards, it's a spin order. So it's like his only freaking weakness on his card. And so going back to what I was saying, so when he discarded Counterspell and I was holding on to my cards, I'd already decided to hold on to Cardinal's Blessing and Sigil of Bonding, because I had to get Sigil. So if I could get Sigil of Bonding on, I knew I had a chance, because then I knew that he was probably going to wand Common Blade every chance he got as soon as I put it out there. Like I knew that was good. But if I get Sigil of Bonding on, then Terror Shard can't take off any items. And then I could, if I managed to get Fiendish Plate on, then I could just start killing all those little guys, try to steamroll it, and at least, get a best of 1 slugfest, bloodbath. If I could get a temple out, he's got a temple out. Supremus is at 38 AC now.
Yeah.
Try to slowly get there, but when I realized it wasn't going to happen, and then he top decked Grihilga with Denali and discarded it, I was like, well, I've held on to this card for 2 turns now, and that was a bad decision, because that's one of my 3 Denali. So I was like, well, we'll just give it a shot. And maybe the untapped gods will step in and he'll roll low or something. But he didn't. He played his cards right, and I just thought maybe I could risk it. I didn't think it'd be any better the next turn, but
Sure.
it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
a well-functioned death-dealing deck.
Yeah, both
I will
very
say-
fine-tuned decks that are good at what they do.
I will say Grihilga ended up being a much more offensive to me than like one that actually drew me cards that I needed.
Sure.
Yeah, like there's a lot of the top tier decks are running singletons of important cards. Like I certainly am, and Zod does. And yeah, Grihilga actually just like I got Celtic's Orb of Dragonkind in the
Yeah.
semifinals.
Hmm.
Like it's really good. um,
Yeah.
Starting from the top is nasty.
To be fair, I would not recommend running more than one copy of Orb of Dragonkind.
Yeah. But that's what plays into Grihilga's hands, I guess.
For sure. Well, if
Yeah,
you're in
I don't
chat,
think you-
now is the time to say something. We'll let them talk a little bit more, but just again, reminder
Yeah.
to chat that we'll be doing a giveaway at the end of this.
Yeah, I think Orb of Dragonkind's epic anyway. So
That was the joke I was going for, yeah.
Yeah, you got me. I'm not watching your stream, so you got me.
But yeah, good
But-
games to both of you. Congrats, Wad, on making the championship 3 of the last 4 years. That's incredible. And Graham, we get
Thank you.
a new champion.
Thank you. And I also want to say thanks to the people I talked about the deck with just before Gen Con. I had a long conversation with Celtic where we compared and contrasted our Alisara tech.
Hmm.
So that was tremendously helpful. I really appreciate that. And yeah, just means a lot to me. So thanks, everyone. And I hope you had a good tournament.
And we are inside the window now for you to submit Medusan decks to Graham, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to be a good tournament. That's going to be a mess. So if you want to get
Mhm.
if you want to get dirty, send me a Medusan deck and prepare
Get your-
to suffer
rules
and
questions
inflict
primed.
suffering.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna. There's gonna be a lot of judgment calls, so prepare mentally for that, I guess.
Graham, are you able to roll a d6 for me for the chat giveaway?
Hell yeah.
Okay, 4. That is going to go to Watch Fu. Graham, could you roll a d20 to see what Watch Fu is going to get? Oh, and I am on the wrong screen.
Shout out to Watchfu. Hope Kansas is treating you all right.
That's a 10, so that is going to be a treasure. Okay, that is going to be a buckler. I can't hold it up to the camera since Rain likes to redeem the Brine Fiend right at the end of stream to cover the camera, but it is a level 2 classless item. -2 attack, +2 AC. It's a shield treasure worth 100 GP. Guessing that that's not something Watchfu is going to want. We'll add it to the Horde, but if I am wrong in that, yep, put it in the Horde. Okay, perfect. Well, that will go ahead and wrap up the stream. I'm going to turn Brine Fiend off so I can actually end with the camera. Thank you to everybody for watching. I think this tournament is probably the most streams I've ever done in a single tournament since I did all 6 rounds for me. I did my top 8, and then I did both top 4s and the championship. So huge thanks to everybody who tuned in and still watched that many streams from me this month. I know you guys are watching Vac and Aaron as well. So really appreciate everybody's support. But once again, congrats to Graham on becoming the new world champion.
Yep, congratulations. And thank you, Weber, for all your streaming. That really helps out too. Sorry
Absolutely.
to cut you off, Graham.
Oh no, yeah, I really appreciate you stepping up, Wyvern. It's been great, really good content.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just happy to get these matches covered. I know we keep the deck lists, but getting actual coverage of like what these decks do in action by being piloted by who built them. So yeah, it's really good to get all this cataloged. But that'll go ahead and wrap up the stream. Thanks again to everybody, and be sure to stay tuned for the October Medusans tournament. Like Graham said, that is going to be wild.